Hotels abound everywhere. But when you're looking for a cozy, comfortable, luxury, and environment that will take you to the zenith of your expectations, A&T Residential Hotels is the place. The rooms are designed to be your home away from home. We have services, both bar, room, and kitchen are all 24 hours. We have an Olympic-sized swimming pool and our gym to keep your body fit. Our staff are excellent as they welcome you with royalty. Come shake your body as our nightclub opens every Friday with Asu Barbecue. Asuya joints available all day. We have a whole capacity of about 1,500 for your occasions. Welcome to A&T Presidential Hotels, Kilometer 5, Ilesha, Owo Expressway, Akure, Ondo State. Telephone 081-4633-5949 and 070-1222-6282. A&T Presidential Hotels. Comfort and class redefined.
Congratulations to our poultry, pig, sheep, and goat farmers in Ondo State as Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project (LPRES) begins provision of common assets such as abattoir, slaughterhouse, pasture, sheep and goat markets, biodigester, veterinary clinic, farmer field school, artificial insemination center, training, loan support, free vaccination, among others, to enhance productivity, resilience, and commercialization of these value chains. LPRES is here to serve you. Please report header farmer clashes to LPRES for prompt intervention. You can visit your local government for complaints on GBV, sexual exploitation, abuse, and harassment at LPRES project location in your area. LPRES beneficiary profiling is always free, but know that there is no input support for beneficiaries. For more inquiries, please contact Ondo LPRES project at ground floor, Aisa building, beside ADP Alagbaka Akure. Facebook page is Ondo LPRES project. Email ondo@lpresnigeria.gov.ng. Telephone 003-395-7166. LPRES project, enhancing livestock profitability.
On the news tonight, Asiwaju Media Team to embark on statewide mobilization towards 2027 polls. Experts call for increased sensitization on wildlife conservation. Plus, Supreme Court dismisses appeals by SDP APM in 2024 Ondo governorship election. Good evening and you are welcome on the news at 7. Many thanks for joining us. I am Tony Batire. Now the news. Underground work towards returning President Bola Tinubu for a second term is in progress as the Ondo State chapter of Asiwaju Media Team met in Akure to strategize for the 2027 general elections. Paul Omukago has details.
Made up of youths across the 18 local government areas of Ondo State, the purpose is to brainstorm, strategize, and mobilize grassroots support for President Bola Tinubu and all those contesting elective positions in the 2027 general elections in Ondo State. To ensure that the media team is well groomed for the task ahead, a seminar is already in the offing where all members of Asiwaju Media Team are expected to be trained. Organizer and Director General of Asiwaju Media Team, Ondo State, says a lot is expected from the team.
In 2023, we worked vigorously to deliver our principal, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and now we felt that the time has come again to deliver Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for second time. That is why we are regrouping ourselves, we are accommodating new members, doing revalidation for all members, so that we will know the next line to draw the strategies.
NTA also got reactions from participants on the essence of the gathering.
We bring ourselves together like we have done in 2023 to work for him so that he can be successful in the election.
We now see that it's better for us to start earlier than, okay, because it's still far, we should not. That's why we decided that we should come now to brainstorm, to work on the roadmaps, on how to make sure that we have a solid plan.
A communique was read at the end of the meeting where they endorsed and supported the policies of Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa.
The Asiwaju Media Team unanimously resolved to work vigorously towards the
election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and to deliver victory for all candidates of the All Progressive Congress APC in Ondo State.
Subsequent meetings, the media team says, will escalate further on their action plans for successful and peaceful general elections in Ondo State. In Akure, Paul Omukago, NTA News.
In the meantime, the Supreme Court has dismissed 3 appeals challenging the election of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa of Ondo State. A 5-member panel of the Apex Court, led by Justice Nta Akure, dismissed the SDP's appeal after counsel for Akinboye and the SDP informed the court of their intent to withdraw the appeal due to the appellant's death. Similarly, the court dismissed the APM's appeal following its withdrawal by the party's counsel. Counsel to the respondents raised no objections to the withdrawals. Prior to reaching the Supreme Court, the opposition parties had challenged Aiyedatiwa's election at the tribunal and the Court of Appeal in Akure. This verdict brings to an end every legal tussle on the conduct of 2024 Ondo State governorship election. Away from election matters now, they need to respond to the growing demand for knowledge sharing and technology transfer among nations due to globalization, with the increased pressure on wildlife and the negative effects on natural heritage has been stressed. This was at the 7th Annual Conference of Wildlife Society of Nigeria held in Akure. Adebayo Jegede reports that the conference is with the theme Globalization and Wildlife Trade, Trends and Impacts on Conservation.
Research shows that Nigeria is a major transit hub in the global illegal wildlife trade, as habitat destruction, poaching, and illegal trade are pushing many species towards extinction. Consequently, chairman of the local organizing committee, Professor Anthony Ogunjimi, cautioned against the sole reliance on wildlife as a source of income, emphasizing the need for increased sensitization on wildlife conservation.
There was failure of all the projects and programs for conservation because people were not taken along in terms of engagement. They were not engaged. So engagement in most countries with very successful conservation projects, community engagement has always been a priority.
We don't have all these wild animals around us again. So there's need to collaborate and support the initiative of this Wildlife Society of Nigeria.
The Conservator General of the Nigerian National Park Service, Ibrahim Goni, highlighted the importance of proactive measures and support for effective conservation.
For some time now, we have 7 national parks in the country. That about 2 years ago, 10 additional national parks were added. Out of the 10 that were added, 5 are being taken over by the service. The normal federal government conservation, which we call allocation, cannot, take us far.
We are calling on the government and, well-meaning people to rise up to save all this pristine environment from the decadence that this banditry is bringing into the place.
The Director General and CEO of NESCREA, Dr. Innocent Bariko, in a goodwill message delivered by Gidalo Ithoro, the agency promised to remain steadfast and ensure that Nigeria complies with international trade.
NESRA remains steadfast in enforcing environmental regulations, tackling illegal wildlife trade, and ensuring Nigeria's compliance with international conventions such as CITES.
Highlights of the conference were the induction of new members and the presentation of merit awards to people who have made significant contributions in the fight against deforestation in Nigeria, especially in Ondo. The 4-day conference is expected to gather professionals and authorities in forestry and wildlife to share knowledge, expertise, and best practices, ultimately contributing to the preservation of Nigeria's forest resources. In Akure, Adebayo Jegede, NTA News.
Inaugurated by the Ondo State government in 2017, the ultra-modern semi-mechanized abattoir at Shango along Igoba in Akure, North Local Government area of the state, still maintains its aim to improve hygiene, health and economic vitality, although with some major environmental challenges. In this report, NTA News examines the state of the abattoir and its economic importance. This inaugurated over 8 years ago by the administration of the former governor, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, was designed and completed with all necessary modern facilities to ensure steady and sustainable provision of wholesome meat to Akure and its environs. Immediately it was inaugurated, the butchers left the former one along Oyarugbole Market due to its unconducive nature, and since then till date, butchering operations emanate from here, with the facility relatively still in good shape.
The government tie the road for us here, for the goodness of our customers.
We have a veterinary here. If you kill cow now, if the cow is not all right, the veterinary will bury that cow. So that is wonderful job the veterinary, the government gave us.
Meanwhile, despite the numerous benefits the abattoir offers to the government and the residents, there are some challenges to be addressed, particularly within Akure metropolis, with this being the only approved and functional abattoir.
We are suffering for the water during the dry season, but when the rainy season, there is surplus of water. We need loan from government.
Then our generator is not good. We want government to provide a better generator for us.
Ondo State government, however, promised to address the challenges in due time.
The government has started, they're about to start some work of renovation work. They're about to start very soon, but so far we've been slaughtering. There are doctors on ground that do the inspection of the slaughtered animals every morning.
Observers believe that as government finds solutions to these challenges, the butchers on their end must continue to maintain the facilities to avoid the spread of foodborne diseases in the state. In Akure, Chairman Nigerians in Diaspora Commission Abike Dabiri Erewa has commended the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA office of the National Security Advisor, Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Nigerian Consulate in Jeddah for their collaborative efforts that led to the release of 3 Nigerians earlier detained in Saudi Arabia over alleged drug trafficking. The NITCOM boss says the successful resolution of the case is yet another testament to the fact that President Bola Tinubu's administration of renewed hope agenda will not relent in ensuring that no Nigerian anywhere in the world suffers punishment for a crime they did not commit, urging Nigerians to obey the laws of host countries wherever they find themselves. While recalling similar case of Zainab Aliyu and Ibrahim, who were released in Saudi Arabia a few years ago after being wrongfully accused of drug-related offenses, stressing that the Nigerian government will always stand firm to protect its citizens abroad. She appealed to travelers to listen to the warnings by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency to always cross-check their luggage tags before checking in their luggage, and appreciated the Saudi authorities for their cooperation in reviewing the case. You are still watching the news at 7. We will go on a break. It continues shortly. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying tuned. You can also watch the news on these social media handles: Facebook at Nta Akure, YouTube at Nta Akure, and on X at Nta Akure. The Nigerian Air Force, through the air component of Operation Adin Kai, has intensified its air operations in the northeast, terminating several terrorists and destroying their structures in Borno State. A statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commando Eimen Ejodame, indicates that the precision strikes were carried out after intelligence and surveillance. confirmed unusual movement of about 45 terrorists, some arriving on motorcycles and bicycles from different directions to join the assembly, with 2 terrorist flags seen hoisted at the location at Bula Madibale in the Gezuwa general area. The strikes achieved devastating impact, eliminating several terrorists at the gathering point, while the flag structure and other hostile assets at the gathering point were destroyed. This operation underscores the NAF's continued resolve to deny terrorists the freedom to regroup, reinforce, or mount further attacks on innocent communities, with a view to restoring peace and stability, particularly in the northeast. Over now to Fikayomi Ologun on Business News.
The Independent Media and Policy Initiative forecast that Nigeria's inflation will drop to 17% by December 2025, predicting continued disinflation. The latest inflation data from the National Bureau of Statistics indicated that inflation dropped 20.1% in August from 21.88% in July. The policy think tank called for the Monetary Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria to reduce the benchmark rate at its upcoming meeting in response to the dip in inflation. In another development, investors of the Nigerian Exchange Limited gained 310 billion naira at the close of trading on Wednesday, as at the benchmark all-share index rose 0.35%, advancing by 489.43 points to settle at 142,036.32. The market capitalization of listed equities climbed to 89.9 trillion naira from 89.59 trillion naira recorded in the previous section, driven largely by gains in blue chip stock across the oil and gas, consumer goods, and banking sectors. And that will be all on business news. Oluwafikayomi Ologun, NTA News.
Next is sports update.